Praise the Lord, everybody. Welcome to On Point. Thank you for joining us for the number one Saturday morning Christian-based call-in talk show in America. Live every Saturday morning from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on any smart device at David G. Evans, the number one. That's at David G. Evans, the number one. Won't you please invite a couple people to join our conversation today? We need you to like us and subscribe to us. Won't cost you a thing to subscribe to us, but it does help us. Give us a thumbs up. We need at least 1,000 thumbs up today. We look forward to having another stimulating conversation with you. Everything based on the kingdom of God, based on biblical principles, so we begin to understand the times and know exactly what to do. Of course, joining us once again is our world famous co-host, Reverend Nicholas A. Smith. Hey, man, how you doing?
Good morning.
It's been an eventful week.
Yes, it has been.
We want to remind you can call us toll-free 866-743. 8267-866-743, 8267-866-74 Evans. Give us a call. We'd love to talk to you about what's on your mind today. Well, I think there are a few things we can't avoid. Mm-hmm. Of course, the political condition of our country is right up front. But I'm not. I need someone to explain to me. If on the surface you're trying to save money, why are you wasting so much? Because supposedly it was this mission against governmental waste, and why are you trying to raise the debt ceiling? Just to give a marginalized group of people, billionaires, more of what they have already. I mean, regular people pay income tax. Wealthy people pay capital gains. Capital gains is only between 12 and 15%.
Yep.
So if you're only paying 12 to 15%, but the average working stiff is paying somewhere between 29 and 35%, they need another break from 15?
Right, exactly. And now this is a wealthy person that said this.
Okay.
His premise was, what can't you do at 35 million that you can't do at 30?
Absolutely.
He said at the end of the day, the extra $5 million is good, but you can do the same thing. Why are you going out just for $5 million and you're willing to hurt people and et cetera? You know.
If you got $100 million, you'll blow $5,000 on a pocketbook.
Yes.
But $5,000 to someone making $35 is a significant portion of their income.
Yep.
But $5,000 to a guy with $100 million,
yeah,
he might tip that much this year.
Yep.
So it's they're trying to establish a false equivalency. That okay, we're gonna save you $500 this year.
Yeah.
But we're gonna give somebody else $100,000.
Yep.
It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't.
And if we're trying to save money, let me make sure I got this right because I don't want to misquote this. We think it's a good use of funds to burn up 496 metric tons worth of food rather than distribute it to people that need it.
Yep. Because they froze it a couple months ago, so it's been just sitting there. So now it's expiring. So they got to burn it now. They can't give it away.
But we're all about saving money.
Yep. I know.
This is blatant.
It is.
To have the food there, and based on some principle, we're not going to feed the... Okay, what about if you just had to stop feeding folk? What about distributing the food and when it ran out, you made another callous decision to stop? Well,
one of the things it's during my Bible readings this week, just happened to run across in Luke, I think it's 17 in Amos. And I think for America, especially since we claim to be a Christian nation, we need to really follow the biblical ethic of wealth.
That's right.
And Jesus in Luke specifically says, he warns against wealthy people saving all their money. Okay, I got enough. Let me build another barn so I can get some more money.
Sure.
And then sitting back and relaxing. And he says your soul's going to be required of you.
Wow.
Because he's dealing with their greed and the need to have more and the need to save more and just chill and do nothing with it. And he's against that. But you very rarely hear, well, of course, most people aren't wealthy. And, addressing wealthy people of this is how you handle your money biblically.
Right.
It's not greed. It's not saving it all, not doing anything with it. You know, and Jesus, every time he talks about it, he is dead serious.
Yeah.
You're in trouble for doing something like this.
Yeah.
But you very rarely hear from a Christian nation,
Right.
people talking to wealthy people like that.
Well, it's funny. When I was studying for last week's midweek service, and I was talking about the Jesus mandate. He asked the question, you know, when I was hungry, did you feed me, blah, 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 blah. And I was thinking about how a lot of our Christian politicians were able to, with whatever kind of conscience, vote to take things away from people, that Jesus' mission was, you know, you need to be giving me these things. And that's not socialism, that's Christianity. So what I did was study a little further. I didn't get into it last week, but the baseline for all this is greed. But what's amazing about greed, it usually ends up creating an idol.
Yep.
And I thought, okay, we're watching this process. I think the thing that's confusing a lot of Christians is a lot of these leaders that are voting like this claim to love the Lord.
Yep.
Well, and we're confused because if you're so, you know, aggressive in pronouncing your Christianity, but you're doing these things that totally oppose the mandate of Christ, what kind of Christian are you? And that's when the Lord gave me that whole, I stumbled on, every now and then, sheep and goats will breed, and they call the baby a geep. And the problem with a geep is it's difficult to tell whether it's a sheep or a goat. So and that's what we're looking at right now. We're watching politicians. The guy that's Johnson is the head. He claims to be a tremendous Christian. And you're looking at him and saying, well, if you got that much God, how can you do this? How can you say this? Well, greed has to disconnect money from people.
Yep. And you're right. Greed and covetousness go together. You can't be greedy. You cannot separate the two. If you're greedy, you're covetous.
That's right.
And the Bible calls that, like you said, idolatry.
Yeah.
And people think when Israel went to exile, it was all because they were worshiping Baal. But you read all the prophets, it's because they were oppressing people too.
Absolutely.
It wasn't just because they were setting up these mantles.
That's right.
I see how you're treating the least of these, and I'm going to send you into judgment. And Amos told them, he said, God basically said, I don't care about your worship services.
Right.
I'm tired of your feasts.
That's right.
I'm tired of you giving money to me. He said, as long as you're mistreating these people, I'm not accepting none of that
That's
stuff.
right. That's right. That's right. And most people forget that it was not only Israelites that got delivered from Egypt. The book tells us repeatedly it was a mixed multitude. So there were all kinds of people. Israelites, foreigners, Egyptians that came out with them. So this whole, the Bible asks you, how are you treating folk that weren't born among you? How are you treating these people? That's what the Bible is saying.
Yeah.
But yet, I believe that if you can't have a heart that you say is filled with the Lord, and do things to harm other people. I just
can't do it.
I don't see it.
Can't do it.
Okay.
No, you can't.
Okay.
You're right.
866-743-8267, 866-743-8267, 866-74-EVANS. Give us a call. This is On Point, the #1 Saturday morning Christian-based call-in talk show in America. We've got Marcella online up first. We got Robin coming second. There's still room. You can get on right away. 866-743-8267, 866-743-8267. Okay, so I don't know why those numbers are having a hard time this morning.
Sorry.
I got so many in my head.
I know.
So before we go to the phone, I'm if we have, how can I say this? So there seems to be a concern about unemployment in the United States. But aren't we contributing in vast numbers to that unemployment? Because thousands of people are losing their jobs.
Yep.
And why is it that every agency that it appears that our president has had a problem with before he became president, Why is the attack happening on those agencies?
Yeah. Cruelty and vengeance.
Okay.
No, we all tired today, so it's just might as well.
Yeah.
You know, they're laying off. EPA just said this morning they're laying more people off.
Yeah.
They're getting rid of the EPA, y'all. They're getting rid of their research, a huge part of their research department. The EPA, but again, like you said last week, if it's all about oil,
Yep.
and let's cut all these other things that are going to help the environment.
Yep.
We're not worried about that.
No, we're not worried about that at all, because capitalism without compassion seems to be ruling.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, perhaps I missed something in the Republican Party's presentation lately. There's this thing called transparency. Now, I get transparency. But why are they celebrating the fact that it's the transparency? He said he was going to do it. Project 2025 says he was going to do it. This is the most transparent administration in history. I said I was going to kick you.
Yeah.
I kicked you. And now you ought to be happy about that.
Yep.
Because I followed through on what I threatened. I hurt you.
Yep.
But at least I told you about it.
Yeah.
That sounds so insane to me.
It is. It is. And you have famous people talking about this. I didn't think he was going to do something like this. And people are like, he told you he was going to do that.
He didn't think.
Yep.
The United States is famous. Our country is famous for wanting to observe conflict.
Yep.
And it's okay with us unless you're breaking some rule we have for your country.
Yes.
But we don't mind observing, spectating, watching it on television. But soon as it starts to, you know, war is bad, crime is bad when it impacts us. And that's just wrong.
Yeah, it is. It is.
So now American citizens, SNAP is $6 a day in support.
Come on, y'all. I know.
$6 a day.
I know. And I said, it's still ingenious. It's evil, but it's genius the way they
like
they
Voldemort.
market this. Right. They continue to show black and brown people, the few that manipulate the system, but the majority of ones that are going to jail over like scamming SNAP, don't look like us.
No, not at all.
And the majority of ones that need it in this country, there are more whites on SNAP than black people are. So it's like you. But if you want to get rid of it,
and what's amazing is the Democratic states are what they call the donor states.
Yes.
The red states are reaping the benefits of the Democratic states giving to the federal government for relief for other people.
Yes.
So watch this. So you're cutting out what the states can do. We're not supporting anymore, which means the state's going to have to take care of itself. What are the red states going to do without the blue states contributing to their welfare?
Exactly.
And you got people voting for this stuff, and you're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
I submit to you and our audience that at what point is racism going to cost too much?
That's true. Yeah. Yeah.
Because it doesn't seem like there's a limit on it to me.
No, there isn't. There isn't.
At what point is, okay, this is costing me food, my medical care, my retirement benefits, they're getting ready to mess with my Social Security. Well, at what point do you say, okay, that's too much? Now, I will say, I didn't expect the Epstein files to be a tipping point. I didn't expect it.
Me neither. Neither did I. Because they're still going at him about it.
And your mind's younger than mine, so I need you to help me with this. My logic's probably not working correctly.
No.
Okay, no.
Because
I got to ask somebody that I trust this question. If I got a list of names, and I don't want you to see it, you ask me for it, I say, no, I'm not giving it to you. The only reason I wouldn't want you to have the list is if my name's on it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I'm just trying to make sure You know, I know there's some fuzzy thinking going on out here, but you know, so this whole Epstein thing.
Mm-hmm.
First, it was release it,
Mm-hmm.
which was nothing but what we used to call a red herring, diversion. And then, well, no, I don't even know why we're talking about it.
Yeah.
And now, Obama built it.
Yep.
Biden built it. You know, the atmospheric pressure, rearranged the letters. I mean, just all this other kind of stuff. And now it's, I don't know why we're talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you don't want us to talk about it because I believe you got to be in there.
Yeah. And some people you're trying to cover up.
Well, there's more than him.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because as long as it was Democrats, we need to release this list. Now it's like Elon Musk, it was quiet until he put that tweet out. Remember a couple months ago when they were going at it on Twitter?
That's true.
Nobody was talking about the Epstein list.
Nope.
He put it out there, and all of a sudden it started swelling.
He must know what's on it.
Oh, yeah. And he's got the money to get some information, too, probably, of course.
Well, I'm sure he's gotten it already.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, most billionaires have some form of investigation working for them, either through their law firm.
Yeah.
You know, most law firms have investigators,
Mm-hmm.
especially high-priced law firms.
Yeah.
You know, billionaires, they live a different life than we do, different kind of security than we have. Like, I'm really intrigued and sorrowful for the two people, one of them connected with, I believe, The Voice or American Idol, and the couple was killed in California. Supposedly, it was a burglary, but nothing was stolen.
Okay.
And supposedly they walked in. Yeah, they walked in just a couple, like last week.
Okay.
They walked in on the burglar, supposedly, and the burglar shot them both and left. Now, there have been some burglaries in this high-end part of town, but first they thought that the people were home and the guy got in through an unlocked door, but they've got tape on the guy. They arrested him already.
Okay.
But these two people are dead.
Yeah.
And it just seemed weird to me that, okay, he didn't get anything, left the house without anything.
Yeah.
But these two people are dead, and they are very wealthy people. And I'm wondering if people that have information that are possibly loose ends or vulnerable, I'm wondering if they're, because I never trusted, I wish him well. I never trusted, I wish her well.
Yeah.
Because usually when that's stated,
That's a problem. Yep.
it's a distancing statement.
It is. And I want to see how Rupert Murdoch, for those that don't know, is one of the wealthiest men in the country. And now Trump's kind of trying to go after Murdoch and all that.
Is he?
Yeah, he's trying to sue him for libel over the Epstein thing. He's suing Wall Street Journal, Dow Jones, something else, and Rupert Murdoch over some article that was put out about the Epstein thing.
You know what? I believe he believes he doesn't have a case. But somebody settled recently. Was it NBC or CBS?
Paramount did.
Paramount.
Only because Paramount needs him to approve a merger.
Okay, there you
So
go.
that's why they're going along with
So
it.
they paid an extra, what, $16 million?
Yes, to get this merger done. But Murdoch doesn't need this stuff. And he's got money and resources.
Yeah.
One day I'm wondering if one day Trump or somebody from his administration is going to mess with the wrong person and they're going to put out some information or something.
Well, I think Musk may be one of those people.
Yeah.
Because Musk, if those regulations, and here's what's insidiously genius about this administration. I'm going to make Musk the tip of the spear. He's going to wipe out all of these departments, supposedly covering up fraud or uncovering fraud.
Yeah.
At the same time, the inspector generals, one of them was investigating him. So, of course, when I saw them wipe out the whole slate of them, I said, okay, what are they trying to cover? That's just my mind. Because why would you have to fire every last one of them?
Right.
All right, turns out one of them was knee-deep in investigation concerning him. So now we're looking at a bunch of people who are probably vulnerable, who absolutely I don't know how widespread this Epstein thing is, but when you look at the tactic of what's being done, okay, I'm going to get you focused on we're going to just eliminate government waste. And then you spend $80 million on a parade.
Yep.
So right now, the whole Epstein thing is up. So let's fire a couple people and get people focused on that. But his folk aren't letting this go.
Nope, they're not. They were at CPAC talking about it. That big Christian thing they do. They were going in on it. They're not going to let this go. Should be interesting to see.
And what they're trying to do is get it in the courts because they know it'll be another 5 years before stuff.
Yeah.
And he'll be long gone.
Yeah.
But I gotta admit, I didn't anticipate that this issue would be the one that Republicans and Democrats could get together.
Yeah, because you're right. You would think
Yeah.
the stuff we've already had so far, it would have been.
I didn't think there was a line.
Yeah.
I thought they just kept moving the line.
Right.
866-743-8267, 826-743-8267, Evans. Give us a call. We'd love to talk to you. Why don't you like us today? Subscribe to us. Give us a thumbs up. We really need your help today. We're going to Marcella. Hi, Marcella.
Yes, good morning, Bishop.
How you doing this morning?
I'm doing good, and good morning, Executive
Hi.
Pastor Nick. I thought I wanted to call in, and I was going to do it last week, but I was a little late getting on, so I couldn't do it. I wanted to read this poem I found in my files by Dr. Maya Angelou, which is titled, I Am a Christian.
Mm-hmm.
So if I may be allowed to read
How
that.
long is it, hon?
It's not real long.
Okay.
It's not real long.
All right, move along.
So I'm going to start it now.
Okay.
Okay, when I say I'm a Christian, I'm not shouting I'm clean living. I'm whispering I was lost. Now I'm found and forgiven. When I say I'm a Christian, I don't speak of this with pride. I'm confessing that I stumble and need Christ to be my guide. When I say I'm a Christian, I'm not trying to be strong. I'm professing that I'm weak and need His strength to carry on. When I say I'm a Christian, I'm not bragging of success. I'm admitting I have failed and need God to clean my mess. When I say I'm a Christian, I'm not claiming to be perfect. My flaws are far too visible, but God believes I am worth it. When I say I'm a Christian, I still feel the sting of pain. I have my share of heartaches, so I call upon His name. When I say I'm a Christian, I'm not holier than thou. I'm just a simple sinner who received God's good grace somehow.
Wow, that's cool.
And the reason why I thought this would be significant to those who do not have a clear understanding of what it means to be a Christian, so that the myth that Christians think they are perfect or better than others can be dispelled.
I think a lot of times what I've found is that some people who have very controversial pasts don't handle their new status of being saved very well. And the only way they can compensate for having a past life is try to conduct themselves and start to think of themselves as better than other people. But the Bible's pretty clear that if a Christian is judgmental, it means, in a negative way, judgmental in a negative way, it means that that Christian doesn't know much of their Bible.
Amen, Bishop.
You know, so, and simplistically it says, why are you, I'm paraphrasing, why are you so focused on the speck in my eye and not addressing the whole tree trunk that's in yours?
Amen.
You know, so
Amen.
it's not saying we don't see fault in other people, but don't try to look around yours to look at mine. That's all the book is saying.
Absolutely.
Appreciate
correct.
your call today, Marcel.
You're welcome. Have a blessed weekend
All right.
and a blessed Sunday tomorrow to both of you.
All right, talk to you now. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Let's go to Robin from Delaware. Hey, Robin.
Well, good morning, Bishop and Pastor Nick. How y'all doing?
All right, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I like the poem that the young lady did.
Yeah.
I have to watch On Point again and hear that. Very nice.
What's on your mind this morning?
Well, first, let me just say to Pastor Nick, thank you for teaching on the book of Ruth.
Oh, cool.
I watched that twice. That's one of my favorite books, so I really
It's a cool
appreciate
book.
you passing it the way you taught on it.
Sure thing.
Yeah.
Yes. But I just have a few things, but I wanted to ask you this, Bishop. I've been meaning to ask you.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever ask your mother what made her give you the name David? Is it because you're strong and you don't take no mess?
I never asked her, but what happened was my uncle and I were born a month apart. My mom and my grandma were pregnant at the same time, and both of them had decided on the name David and hadn't talked to each other. So they didn't give up the Davids. They just decided they were going to make sure that the middle names were different. So most of our lives growing up, especially when we were, boys under 15 or 16 years old, we were identified in our family by our middle names rather than our first names. So my uncle was called Anthony, and I was called Gregory. And then as we got older, they called me Evans, and then still called him David. So that's how that happened. But I don't know why. They just decided. It probably was a popular name, 73 years ago.
You're not 73, Bishop.
Yeah, I am.
You're still in your 60s.
No.
I know you.
Tell that hip this. You don't understand.
I know, but I don't know if you and Pastor Nick saw. I'm just going to throw these out, and then I'm done. I am, for real.
Yeah, okay.
I see that the attorney, was it Attorney General?
Mm-hmm.
No, the ICE attorney resigned, couldn't continue working, watching how the ICE agents are doing people.
I didn't see that.
And
It's starting to turn people.
I don't know if you saw this executive order regarding teachers, giving teachers permission to discipline physically students if they act up in class.
Who said that?
I don't know about that.
That was executive order. That's all I knew. I don't know if Pastor Nick can look
You
it
said
up.
an executive order?
I tried to,
Executive order, you said?
Yep.
Wow.
An executive order regarding teachers. Now, some things they put on out there can be false, but I said, let me ask Pastor Nick to look it up. Yep.
Now, why do you think that the government is now basically giving churches the ability to push candidates?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Of course, it's all to make sure that their people get in, but what they don't realize is that while they're looking at their evangelical group pushing their candidates, the black church for years was the place candidates went to.
Absolutely.
And the church has helped those candidates get further. They never consider the other doors that they're opening.
It's not even good art of war thinking.
Yeah, it's not. It's just, we got this, it's only going to help us.
But I remember when I learned early on in ministry, people are so focused on planning their attack, they don't think about protecting their rear.
Yep.
And invariably, they're exposed because they were so focused on whatever they wanted to do.
Yeah. But isn't that vengeance? Vengeance blinds you from logic,
Absolutely.
reality. You're so driven on getting back at somebody, you don't think about how it's going to affect people. Consequences, nothing.
Yeah.
Just go.
But like, what's that I say all the time? Some people are like horses, others are like mules.
Yep.
A horse, to get you off his back, will run into a ditch, kill you and himself. A mule will run up to the ditch, throw you in, and walk away. And people are more like horses in that they'll destroy themselves. Like, think, I'm just getting you off my back.
Yeah.
And not realize, okay, I got to kill me to do that.
Yep.
I don't get it.
It is true. And I think that whole dominionism teaching that they're doing, which isn't totally biblical.
What is dominionism?
It's this belief that if we get a Christian in all the seats of government, that the nation will be restored as a Christian nation.
That's not true.
It's not true at all.
Because what we're getting is geeps in those.
Absolutely.
We're getting the cross between sheep and goats, and we can't tell the difference until they open their mouths.
Yep.
The other thing that I discovered, I didn't know that sheep walk with their tails down. Goats walk with theirs up all the time.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
So
I didn't know that.
they're always
Recognize that
they
either,
always look like
Bishop.
they're preening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they're cool. My grandfather had goats. You
Yeah.
They always stood upright.
Oh
They
yeah.
always,
They're always preening.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question
Go
now
ahead.
on this topic.
Okay. Thank you, Robin.
Thank.
All right, y'all have a blessed day. Love
See
you
ya.
guys.
Bye bye.
To me, that group feels like they need politics to quote unquote restore Jesus in the church and Christianity to America.
Right.
Which reeks of me believe they lost faith in the power of the gospel.
Absolutely.
So if I feel like I need a president or a Congress to institute laws, I'm really not believing that Bible to do its thing. So we have to go this route because our churches aren't growing like they used to. So we got to do this route to make people be Christians. Now help me out. I could be.
The other piece on that is that we would be naive not to admit that in this Christian nationalism, going all the way back to Jerry Falwell, was about separation of the races. That the Christian school movement 20 years ago, 30 years ago, was all about being able to take our kids out of.
That's true.
You make it private, make it Christian, so therefore we can have a separate place to raise for our kids to go to school. So that whole movement was racism in disguise. This Christian nationalism, once again, is my opinion, is racism in disguise. But they keep revealing themselves over and over in the decisions that they're making. But what also bothers me is it appears to me, and you tell me if I'm wrong, they appear to be willing to sacrifice those people like them who don't have the same Christian nationalist opinion.
They are.
And it appears as though it's an elitist kind of segment of Christianity. They don't mind the rough side existing because they need that for votes and whatnot. But what they're projecting is like a Michael Corleone type of thing, very polished, but underneath is still the same. And I'm watching what looks to me to be non-biblical assertions, politics being the way they can get it done, and throw some God in there to legitimize it.
That's what it sounds like to me. I agree because they're concerned. And the conference I went to, the concern was America's becoming less, in their eyes, Christian, and so and so. But something we talked about earlier, trouble's going to be driving people back to the house of God.
Absolutely.
And God may be using the politics that's going on to do it, in the sense of what they're doing.
And they're missing something. No, they're not missing it. They're ignoring something. Jesus was not excluding folk. He was inclusive. And he didn't care where you came from. Your neighbor doesn't ask what kind of neighbor. It just says neighbor.
Your neighbor.
So, and why, when you look at the Samaritan story, the Bible is making it very plain that this recognition of a problem and doing nothing about it is not good. That's what the Samaritan story. You see it, I observed it, I looked at it, not going to do anything about it. That was enough for the two religious people that had gone by. And here comes a guy that's not quote unquote saved, but has the heart of the gospel. All right, not only am I going to get you up off the ground, I'm taking you to a place, I'm going to get you bandaged up, I'm going to pay for your room for a couple of days so you can get yourself together. And his reputation is so sound, the guy says, I'll pay you when I come back. So they've got to eliminate all of that, what I call the heart of the gospel, in order for it to fit into this category they have down. Okay.
I agree. Okay.
Right. Tom from Fort Lauderdale.
All right. Good morning, Bishop.
Hey,
how you
Tom.
doing, Bethany?
How are you?
How you doing?
Welcome.
Pretty good. Hey, Bishop, you guys were talking earlier about Murdoch.
Yeah.
This is a little quick history. Paramount wasn't the first company that Trump's going after. He went after Disney about a month or two ago because they were going with the FCC for a merger. They apologized for something they did. Now he's done it with Paramount over the 60 Minutes interview with Kamala Harris, where they apologized. Now yesterday they fired the guy on the Late Show, who Trump can't stand. And it appears as though it's all over them getting licenses and doing things. Now, I think when he sued Murdoch, who has all the money, he thought it was going to intimidate him the same way. And what happened was Murdoch had at the time released a letter that Trump mailed to the rapist guy.
That's Epstein, yeah.
Epstein?
Yeah. And, supposedly some really, salacious stuff supposedly in that letter.
But I thought Trump didn't write anything down.
That's what he said.
That's what he said, yeah.
Yes, he said that. He goes, I don't write stuff down. All right, it's not the way I conduct. So, but that letter is produced. They're not even saying that he was there, but they were showing the closeness.
Well,
they're much closer than
our president, as a standard way of doing things, has someone in his circle of influence to do something that he does not want to be able. He doesn't want to get his hands dirty. He's involved, but he doesn't want to get his hands dirty. And then if the thing blows up, I never knew him.
Yeah.
I didn't know him that well. I hardly know his name.
Yeah.
But with the Epstein thing, he's a great guy. And the other day I saw him call him a creep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if it was a creep, why were you hanging around him?
Exactly.
Yeah. They got the pictures of him hanging out with him.
But I keep asking you guys, are you going to believe your lying eyes, or are you going to believe what I'm telling you? Come on now. Come on.
They got him on video dancing at the party, I think, right?
Come on, don't deny being at the party.
Yeah.
I mean, and pointing at women. I mean, you can see him pointing at people. And then you got other people.
And then some people will say that's false reporting. Okay, so video's not good anymore. Voice is not good anymore. But this thing with Epstein, if it's all a hoax, why is Maxwell in jail?
Exactly.
And are you discounting all those reports of ladies, or those girls 14, 15, 16 years old?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, the part about it, me, Bishop, is the trend of what happened to Disney, Paramount. Now, that Trump feels as though if he locks you up in suits and people will apologize, he'll get his way.
Well, get this.
Because they're afraid.
I think
they're afraid that he'll be able to close you down.
He makes his money suing people. So
yeah.
He's not concerned with whether they apologize or not. All he wants is them to settle the suit.
Yep.
So he's getting $15 million here, $20 million there, $30 million here, and all he's doing is having his lawyers. Mm-hmm. And I wouldn't be surprised if the government wasn't paying for these, but he's got these law firms that he's threatened, who are handling all his cases for nothing.
Yep. And they're scared to mess with him.
Yeah, I would almost agree.
Unbelievable.
Hey, Bishop, one thing I'll let you go. That is, that place where they are putting people down here in prison is Alligator Alcatraz.
Are they actually using it?
Mm-hmm.
It's Alligator Alcatraz.
Well, he wants them to open Alcatraz, and I think it's going to cost, what, $30 billion
to get it all.
To fix it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they said they're not going to do it, but they're calling this Alligator Alcatraz, and they let Congressman Debbie Schultz and a few others in last week, and because they wouldn't let them in before, unannounced. So they're saying that they saw like 35 prisoners per cell. Well, it's not a little cell like we're thinking. They call it a cage.
Yeah.
But conditions did not look good at all.
But why is Florida accepting that?
That's not totally true. The governor is behind it totally, but down here in southern Florida,
the
congressman...
I'm talking about the powers that be. Why was it able to be established?
Because our governor loves our president and he's trying to do anything to get in his favor.
This is unbelievable. I heard somebody the other day debating, and there's a lot of people I care about in Florida. I had someone debating why they should move there. And I asked the people that I talk to occasionally down there, why do you stay? And they're becoming unsure of their reasons in the last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I would agree. Other than the weather, sometimes you have to think about it.
Okay.
Something that you don't even think about. This place doesn't even have sewage. They have to ship it out in container trucks.
Really?
Did not know that.
Yeah,
That's because the system can't handle the volume, right?
Correct. And
Okay.
it was never designed to handle any kind of thing like that. So they have tanker trucks. That's just one of the things that Congress, the Democrats down here brought up. Environmentally, this place is just not set up. And that was one of the quick things they brought up. That they got sewer trucks lined up, taking this stuff to a plant, and how much does that cost?
Do you think a lot of seniors still look at Florida as a destination primarily because of the weather, or are there some other benefits? I know there are some tax
I don't think
benefits
it's the number
as it
one
relates.
destination anymore.
Okay.
I
I think Arizona or some other places.
Yeah, they're going to Arizona, Texas, because you still get mostly the weather, just without a lot of the high cost of Florida and some of the drama of Florida.
Okay.
Somebody from Texas told me that. One of the
Okay.
drivers was saying a lot of people are
Okay.
moving there now.
Yeah.
But then Texas
Yeah,
is
I'm
like
pretty sure
one of
it
the
is.
Texas, you're trading one for the other.
Yeah, for people of color, Texas is not a relaxing place to live. There's a lot of racial tension in Texas, and the governor is just like, I'm doing what I want to do, and I don't care what you think.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah, he's not much better than ours.
there seems to be, and like you said, there's more of a need to impress the president than there is to take care of the people in the state.
Yeah.
Tom, good to hear your
Absolutely.
voice, man.
Hey, thank you. You guys have a great day.
You too
See ya.
now. This is On Point, 866-743-8267, 866-743-8267, Evans. Give us a call. We'd love to talk to you. Give us a thumbs up. We need about 1,000 of them today. Subscribe to us. Doesn't cost you a thing, but it does help us. And tell somebody about On Point. We're going to Danny in Lauderhill. Hey, Danny.
Hey,
Hey, good morning, Bishop,
Sir.
Pastor Nick. How y'all doing today?
All right, man. How you?
doing?
Hey, good to hear from you. It's been real hot down here, and I was thinking about you all the last couple of weeks because I heard that you had some very unusual weather up in the Northeast.
Yeah, we had Florida weather. Real hot, a lot of rain.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we were concerned about you all. You know how you were making out and what have you.
Your sincerity is
Right.
overwhelming us today.
Right.
But there's a few things that I want you to want to talk about that to take a quick look at. Is that I think that we have in America, which is called a short-term memory,
Yes.
and we forget things very quickly and easily. And we're watching a musician, not a musician, but a magician,
Yeah.
as I say, and keeping watching the right hand while the left hand is doing something else.
Right.
So we have to pay close attention to what's going on.
Mhm.
So you have situations like in California, in Texas, and what have you, and you have to watch the current events, the things that goes on. By that, what I mean is that God is trying to talk to us in the United States, telling us what's going on, but we're not listening very well, and we're not paying attention to what's going on. By that, what I mean, why is it that in Texas you have a situation, a disaster, and then they're more concerned about redistricting the voting in that state instead of paying attention as to what they can do to improve the warning system for disasters?
Well, because of this. The top 3 priorities for probably 95, 98% of all our politicians. The first priority is get reelected. The second priority is get reelected, and the third priority is get reelected. That's
it.
Those are the top three priorities. So people, which the impression has been historically given that most politicians care about. But the people's vote is a mean to an end. Mean to what? Power. And a lot of cases, I don't know if you ever noticed, a lot of politicians go in the office, working level. If they stay in long enough, they come out millionaires.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
How does that happen on a $160,000, $180,000 a year salary?
Salary, yes.
Okay. Yes, they do get a certain budget. I think it's $3 million each office gets to do their business, pay their staff, and do the different things that they do. But how in the world do you go in a working stiff and come out a multimillionaire?
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a system there.
Yep.
There's a reward system there.
And the other thing that I want to draw your attention to is that you see how they want to disband FEMA, where they want to turn it over to the states.
Yeah,
now,
states can't handle it. Most states can't handle it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Florida cannot handle my driving privileges. They can't handle my insurance situation and what have you. Now, what happens if we have a storm and we have to have them to go ahead and take care of it? They won't be able to handle it.
It's going to be slow. And here's the thing. A lot of seniors historically have moved to Florida because of low property taxes.
Mm-hmm.
Now, of course, that's the lure, but you've taught us you may save some money on your property tax, but to insure your house is going to cost you a mint.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
So, Joe, Jay, we're going to give you a break here, but we're going to chop both your legs off at this point. So for insurance and other things. So the problem is if they take FEMA away, the state's going to have to find some money, and believe me, it's going to be property tax, or they're going to cut services to people, or both.
Both.
Yeah.
Both. Yes, exactly. And the other thing I wanted to talk about is the situation that they created in the Everglades with the prison.
Yeah.
I mean, it's sad when you really think about it, that they concentrate on misery, making things hard on people and what have you. And then when you have someone to say, well, I'm the only bad thing about it, I didn't think about that earlier than you did, and how they do all these things underhanded.
Mm-hmm.
And you have two people that's opposing each other, all of a sudden they come together and do this in secrecy, and it's amazing.
It's called sleight of hand.
Mm-hmm.
So Josh Hawley comes out with an amendment against the big beautiful bill.
Mm-hmm.
It's all smoke and mirrors. Yep. Because he voted for it. He knows the amendment will not be passed. So he wants it to look to his constituents that he's against what he voted for before, and hoping they have a limited memory. Just forget what So he's trying to say, look, I tried. It's not going to work. Because at the end of the day, if you can't go to an urgent care, you can't go to a hospital, you don't have enough food, the price of everything is going through the roof, it's not going to help.
Yep.
What they need to do, they're not going to admit they made a mistake. They're not going to admit, why won't they admit it? Because the people they're trying to help, they're taking care of. And the folk they really don't care about, they're casualties of capitalism. But I've been saying for a long time, and I'll probably be redundant when I say it again, these kinds of administrations historically don't benefit working people.
No, they don't.
Corporate benefit, wealthy benefit. But working folk every day, the $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 a year people, no. They got to increase, what'd you find out? They have to increase.
I'll let you finish.
They have to increase the taxes on the middle class and the lower class people to give benefits to the upper class people.
And one other thing I mentioned on that while we're talking about that, what a lot of people do not realize that particular area where they put this prison, there's a huge runway right there. It's a training facility for aircraft.
Okay.
So they can do their get their hours in for learning to land in that particular area.
Okay.
Now, why would they put it there in that particular location? They can fly prisoners in and don't know who's coming in.
True.
They can fly them out.
Well, you saw the smoke. You saw the smoke screen yesterday when they brought like 6 or 8 Venezuelans back, but they deported a couple 100,000 of them. And you can't tell me that they found 6 honest people out of a couple 100,000, and the rest of them are criminals. It's not true. It's not true.
Yeah.
But they keep throwing these red herrings, these diversions at people. Oh, they brought some of them back. Yeah, but what about the 156,000 that are still illegally arrested? I mean, come on.
Yep, that's true.
What were you going to say, Bethany? Thank you.
This one of our people that's watching is from Florida.
Okay.
It's a disabled vet, no property taxes, but the deductible is $8,000 if a storm knocks a tree on the house.
Wow.
$8,000 deductible?
Yeah. Yep.
You can relate to that?
Yes. I've been there, done that, got the T-shirt and the hat.
Who has $8,000 for a deductible? The deductible's a catastrophe.
I know. Jeez.
Bishop, we have learned certain things that you do. Like you hear me each year, I say I'm prepping for the hurricanes.
Right.
I have my food, my clothing, and I have my money stashed away.
Right.
Because you got to do it, because you can't depend on FEMA. They're not going to do it. By the time they get to you, it's 2 years later.
I'm complaining about $1,000 deductible.
Yeah, thank you. Most people don't have $8,000 sitting around just for a deductible.
Just in case something happens.
That's wild.
You better have it.
Jeez.
$8,000.
Golly.
And you don't tell me about lower property taxes.
Right.
And you get 8 hurricanes a year.
Right, I know.
Come on, man.
I know.
Come on, man.
So
we got to go, man.
All right, Danny.
Tell my sister I said hello.
Okay, be blessed now. Thank
Bye
you.
bye. We've been having a tremendous time today. We're so honored that you all took the time to call us. Our legacy callers, thank you. Our new callers, thank you. We've been having a great conversation. Look, tomorrow's Sunday. You know, another great day is going to happen here at the Plaza. We want to invite you to be a part of what God is doing. 8 a.m. is our virtual service. 11 o'clock is our live service. You don't want to miss it. We're in a phenomenal series called Success Through Support. You will absolutely get engaged in it. People are getting saved. Our worship ministry is on fire, doing tremendous work. Following week will be our 35th pastoral anniversary. We've got some tremendous people coming in. Bishop Nelson is going to be with us. He was at Power of God. YPJ Miller is going to be at 6. We've got some special musical guests. We want you to be here. Take a trip. Come down and see us next week, 6 o'clock in the evening. If you're going to go to your own church in the morning, come to ours in the evening. We have an 11 o'clock service next Sunday, 6 o'clock service next Sunday. Special guests all day long. We don't want you to miss it. Now, we'd love to pray with you. You got to send your prayer requests to social@gotobethany.com. Social@gotobethany.com. We want to pray with you, touch and agree with you. If you need some lifting spiritually during the week, BBC Elevate to 28950. If you just want to know what's going on around here, BBC News to 28950. We'd love to hear from you. Check in with us. See what's going on. Great programs for our young people, people of all ages. You want to come and be a part of what God is doing. Our bookstore is open today. Access to all Power of God classes, services, and other content. You can get that on POG Plus. That's going to give you the ability to get classes and services from 24 Power of God, classes and services from 25 Power of God. You don't want to miss it. And right now, there's a discounted subscription, $14.99, and that will last that'll give you the whole shooting match. If you get in now, you get the whole year for $14.99. That's all you got to pay a month. You get all of last year's classes, all this year's classes. You couldn't go to all of them, but they were all fantastic. You don't want to miss them. Now, what else do we have? Okay. Talk to you about the anniversary next week. 11 a.m., 6 p.m. We're looking forward to both Bishop James Nelson and Pastor Y.P.J. Miller coming to us next week. Tell your friends, tell your enemies, we just want to see you here. You want to subscribe to our podcast, On Point Podcast, the On Point Podcast on YouTube, On Point Podcast. We will migrate On Point onto this page in the near future. All right. Well, so good to have you be with us today. Remember, faith acts like a thing is so, even when it's not so, that it might be so. For Pastor Nicholas Smith, I'm Bishop David G. Evans, and we'll see you next time.